October 17th, 2015, Saturday. Like, we should like kill him though? I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, he's just one assassin, right? Wakui is just one person in like a giant organization. If we kill him, you know, someone else will take his place, I guess. That's the reason that we shouldn't bother, really. You know, maybe. It was after 7 o'clock p.m. in the evening, but there wasn't a single train car coming down the Yamanote line. It wasn't just the trains, the whole of Shibuya was a ghost town. There was no light and nothing moved. The town itself was eerily clean. That was the big difference between now and 6 years ago. Wakui went inside the pedestrian's tunnel under the train tracks, listening to the voices of the monsters howling in the distance. The night wind blew past him, colder than before. Oh. I guess we're in the perspective of Wakui, actually. I thought we were, like, following him for some reason, but no, I think we're Wakui. Wakui, right? Wakui? The moonlight didn't reach inside the tunnel, and it was extremely dark. Wakui could sense a lone girl in the darkness.
お待たせ。時間通りかな。
There's Erica. The girl he summoned moved away from the wall she'd been leaning on, then stood with her back to the moonlight. Her eyes shone with a strange light that made Wakui shudder. Okay, so this is interesting. So last time in Adamura route, you know, we didn't really see Sarika in her, like, you know, I don't know what we call this, but emotionless doll mode. Because, I mean, that's kind of like, well, I don't know, I was thinking, like, maybe we could have gotten all those side routes without forcing us to do the main route. But, you know, I guess if they show the Hana chapter before we got the main route, I guess this whole thing is kind of like a spoiler for how Sarika truly is. But anyway. Strange light make Wakui shudder.
返しておくよ。ほら。
Wakui passed or tossed the baseball he was holding at the girl. She didn't even try to catch it. Instead, it struck her in the chest and fell to the floor where it bounced several times. Just hit her in the boob, alright.
あ、いらない？それとも学校の備品だったかな？
宮代拓と和樹花を攻撃した理由を教えろ。
The girl, Onoi Serika, said. It wasn't her usual feminine voice, there was an arrogance in it. Wakui was in a position to deserve her respect, but she showed no sign of it. He didn't like that at all, but didn't feel like bringing it up. The committee, as well as Wakui, its messenger, had decided to respect Serika's position, at least for as long as their interests were aligned.
僕の返答次第では、君は委員会の敵に回るのかな。君はさっき僕のことを妨害したね。あの行為は委員会が君を排除する理由として十分すぎるほどのものなんだけど。
宮代拓を勝手に殺させはしない。殺そうとするなら理由を聞かせてもらう。その理由次第でこちらは黙認するかお前たちと手を切るか決める。
I'll either allow it? What do you mean allow it, Serika?
黙認ね。まあ確かに君とはそういう協定を結んでいたけれど、それにしても君はいつだって彼のことしか考えてないね。実に潔いよ。
The committee of 300 was cooperating with Onoi Serika. More precisely, they were allowing her to get away with what she was doing.
理由を教えろ。
Serika stared straight at Wakui. She didn't look away for an instant. Her face was expressionless. It was hard to believe that a teenage girl could be so calm in this situation. Wakui slumped his shoulders in a slightly exaggerated fashion.
我々が問題にしているのは宮代拓ではなく和樹花の方でね。やりすぎたんだよ、彼女は。これじゃ6年前の二の舞じゃないか。我々はこの町で粛々と実験を行っていたというのに、ここまで大きな騒ぎを起こされてはね。力をコントロールできないがゆえに彼女の責任だとは一概に言えないが、彼女の妄想がリアルブートしたことが原因なのは確かだ。彼女一人のせいで渋谷の秩序、ひいては世界の秩序までが乱れてしまった。しかも彼女の背後にはあの西条匠がいるとの未確認情報まであってはね。
Nishijo Takumi, again, the main character of the last game.
このまま事態が収束しなければギガロマニアックスの存在が世間一般に知られてしまうどころか、人類が和樹花一人の妄想に飲まれる可能性すら出てくる。委員会はビビりすぎという顔をしているね。だがこれは性分だよ。それぐらい慎重にならなければ委員会は今の地位にはいられなかった。
I can see from the look on your face. I mean, I don't think she's ever changed her face, her expression, but...
とにかく我々は和樹花を世界の敵に認定した。とはいえ彼女は実験対象としては稀有な個体であり、殺すには惜しいというわけでね、委員会の方針は和樹花の心を壊して生け捕りにするってことになったわけ。
Yes, of course. Just drive her insane. That will help things, apparently. I don't know how that would help. You would think like driving her insane would actually cause more problems. Oh.
宮代拓はついでだよ。和樹花と一緒にいたからという理由以上のものはないかな。君との協定もあるしね。殺すつもりはないよ。まあ少し急を据えてやろうと思ったぐらいだ。和樹花を回収したら宮代拓の方は君に返す予定だよ。もっとも君が望むなら殺すこともできるけど、どうする
Sayaka thought for a moment and then lightly kicked her foot against the wall of the tunnel. The sound echoed down the tunnel.
理由は聞かせてもらった。だから黙認する。
That was her answer.
殺すも生かすも僕に任せるということかな。
そうだ。
Okay. Just Sayaka just letting us die, alright?
いいのかい？
問題ない。
君は徹底的に狂っているな。宮代拓が楽しむためなら宮代拓本人であろうとも犠牲にするとはね。あるいは生まれながらにして価値観が違うのかな。ちなみに僕は残念ながらエンターテイナーではないから君ほどうまくはやれないかもしれない。そこは考慮しといてよ。
Sayaka ignored his joke. It was clear that she felt discussions were finished.
一つ聞いていいかい？君は宮代拓が死んだらその後はどうするつもりかな？
私にはその後なんてない。
Okay. Smile. Sayaka laughed and turned around to leave.
あ、そう。けなげだね。あ、尾上くん。そこらを化け物が徘徊しているから気をつけて帰るようにね。
But Sayaka didn't even bother looking back.
さて、そういうことならもっと大っぴらに動いてみよっかな。西条匠もついでにあぶり出せればそれに越したことはないけど、とりあえずは和樹花と宮代拓だな。
Wakui took out his phone and dialed a number in the contact list. The phone rang for a while before it connected.
はい、もしもし。
Ah yes, hello. You're like the relative, you know, to the main character. That's how it always is, right? The villain just like, I mean, it's always a possibility. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But like, you know, they can just simply target your friends and family, right?
どうも、生徒会顧問の涌井だけど。
Should have like told everyone, you know, we should have like instantly told everyone that Wakui is evil. If anything, that's his biggest mistake. You would imagine an assassin would not simply just tell everyone who he is, you know. Probably a bad idea to let a witness be alive because that witness can like reveal his identity. I'm surprised that Takaru did not do that yet.
ちょっと生徒会長に話があるんだよね。いいかな。
Dawn came. We spent over 12 hours running with no real destination in mind. After Wakui's attack, Kazuki and I hid in a Shinsen love hotel, yes. Of course. You know, we gotta release some stress after that attack. Anyway, All this chaos had turned Shibuya into a ghost town. There were several love hotels in Shinsen that had closed down. We snuck inside one of them and held each other tight, hiding and trying to make as little noise as possible. I knew that was going to do us much good. It was obvious Wakui knew everything he needed. But even if it was only a difference of a few percentage points in likelihood of us being found, I wanted to stay somewhere else rather than stupidly going back to the dorm. Of course, spending all my time in one place meant I had nothing to do but think and worry. He might find us if we stayed here. He may have already found us. He could attack at any minute. The fear became delusions, and the delusion threatened me to drive me crazy. So every hour or two, we would hide somewhere else. You know, as it turns out, I thought we were gonna like fight the monsters, but now we're, I guess, just being stalked by a weird, like a weird assassin, you know, that takes away our hearing, I guess. Since we couldn't get close to Shibuya Station, we went to bookstores, department stores, and McDonald's around the area. Yeah, look at these. They're all closed, so I used Kazuki's D sword to break the shutter and go inside and hide for just a few hours. But no matter how many times we went to a different place, my worry didn't disappear. The power Wakui had shown us was just that overwhelming. It wasn't physical power, it was psychological torture that drained all your will to resist. Just remembering it made my whole body shrivel up with terror. Of course, I didn't get a wink of sleep. Kazuki was no different. She spent the whole time clinging to me and shaking. She was so weak she couldn't even walk on her own. She was physically exhausted, of course, but the psychological exhaustion was worse. She hadn't even tried to say a word since then. I tried to pry her off of me, but she stubbornly kept clinging, so I had no choice but to walk with my arm around her.
Kazuki, ora, tsuita zo.
We've been heading for a manga cafe. Yeah, at least we can read some manga while we're here. Fortunately, there are plenty of places to hide in Shibuya right now. The shutter was down at the entrance of the building of the manga cafe.
Kazuki, yabutte kure. Na, tanomu yo.
Again, do it for me again. You know, aside from the whole, like, monsters, you know, running about, you know, everything is basically free. We can just rob everything. It's fine, I guess. Even though, you know, we might be, like, charged for, like, vandalism and property damage and robbery after the fact, but don't worry about it. We're gonna die anyway, might as well enjoy life while we can. Instead of taking her D-sword out, Kazuki just kept clinging to me. I had no choice but to try and physically force the shutter to rise. It didn't work. There's no sign of my power, telekinesis manifesting itself. I couldn't find my own D-sword. I didn't want to die, but I was so tired. And I was just thinking as well, can't like Kazuki just fight, you know? I mean, other than using the sword, I feel like every time nobody uses the sword, except that one time when we fought Sakuma, I guess. Or, well, no Sarika and Nono did fight on the roof as well. I don't know. I feel like, I guess the sword isn't like a first thing, you know? It's kind of like a last resort sometimes, but I was thinking like maybe Kazuki just can use her power, but then when you think about it, her power, like I was thinking like, you know, even if you took away her hearing, she can still say things, right? So she can still like yell at the top of her lungs, even if she couldn't hear it, she can still like say things. But I'm like, well, actually her power only activates if there's like a bunch of people around. And since all the people in Shibuya are gone, it kind of puts her at a disadvantage. There's that as well. Too bad, I guess. Anyway, but I was so tired. I had no idea that running in fear for just half a day could be so exhausting. With nothing else to do, I slumped down against the shutter. Still, Kazuki wouldn't get off of me. We probably weren't going to be able to keep running for much longer. Wakui had been quite clear.
一つ教えておくけど、逃げられるなんて思わない方がいい。
Thinking about the future made me despair. It's up to someone else whether we lived or died, and that someone was coming for us soon. Would we escape when he arrived? And if we could, how long could we keep running? We had no future. I even pondered committing suicide. I mean, then he would win anyway, but okay, well, I guess we don't want to get tortured though. The idea of facing Wakui's psychological attack again scared me more than anything. Maybe someone would come and save us. Suddenly I heard a sound nearby and cringed before I even knew what I was doing. Excuse. I curled up into a ball to protect my head. I knew there was no point, but my instincts made me do so anyway. But a short while later, I realized it was just the sound of a smartphone, and I gave a deep sigh. Okay. It was Kazuki's phone that was ringing, not mine. The sound kept playing, which meant that was a phone call, not a text message. Well, it depends. Depends on your settings. Kazuki was looking at me with terror in her eyes.
電話誰からだ
Probably Kurisu, or either Kurisu or Wakui, you know, saying that, hey guys, I kidnapped Kurisu. You better come here, or I'll kill her. The screen said no. It was Kurisu. Kazuki wasn't unsure if she should answer it. Or wasn't unsure? Or was unsure? If she did, maybe Wakui would go after Kurisu too. I mean, he probably already did. She wanted to avoid that, probably. But right now, we wanted any kind of help we could get. It could be Kurisu, Saraka, or Ito, even Nightheart. We just wanted someone to do something. I grabbed the phone out of Kazuki's hands and answered it.
もしもし
いや、おはよう。涌井です。
Yep. Just hearing his voice filled my mind with despair. Zetsubo. I was too scared to speak.
おかしいな。和樹くんの電話にかけたはずなんだけど、まあ別に問題ないか。どうせ横に和樹くんもいるんでしょ。
This couldn't be happening. That was Kurisu's name on the screen. So why was I hearing Wakui's voice? I thought for a second and the worst occurred to me.
クルスに何をした
おや、もう状況を理解してくれたのかい。頭の回転が速くて助かるよ。
殺したのか
いや、ただこの先はわからないけれどね。
どういうつもりだよ。
今日の昼12時に光代の11階シアターキューブの前で待ち合わせと行こう。2人で来てもらえるかい？
行かなかったらクルスを殺すのか。
そういうことになるね。いやー、こっちもいろいろと事後処理が大変なんだ。何の事後処理かって？それはもちろん和樹くんがやらかしたことのだよ。というわけでそっちから顔を出してくれると助かるんだよ。できれば派手にやりたいという上からの意向もあってね。いや、もちろんこの騒動をさらに拡大させるつもりはないんだ。むしろ今の渋谷の状況については情報規制を敷くつもりだし。ただ6年くらい前から我々の足元を鬱陶しいネズミが何匹か這い回っていてね。
The last 6 years.
君たちやクルス君はそのネズミをおびき出すための餌というところだ。宮代君についてはそれ以上の役割はないから、時間さえ守ってくれれば何も緊張する必要はないよ。
Yeah, don't worry about it.
ではよろしく。今日の正午だからね。くれぐれも遅刻しないように。生徒に待たされると先生悲しくなるからさ。
Wakui hung up. Oh no. Kurisu had been kidnapped. I looked at the time on the phone. It was past 9.
クルスが涌井に捕まった。
Kazuki looked up at me in shock. I told her that if we didn't go to see Wakui at noon, she was going to die.
猶予は3時間もないか。
If we went, we were sure to die. There just wasn't enough time left. We didn't even have time to think. I felt like I was going to cry. But I stopped myself.
どうしてノノ先輩が。
そんなの僕にわかるわけないだろ。
Because she's related to you, probably. Well, also she's a psychic, but I guess we don't know that in this timeline. You know, this weird timeline delusion thing that I'm not even sure, like, if we're still in a delusion or is this just, like, actually a different route. I don't know. I slammed my fist against the shutter in frustration. I knew the answer, of course. I knew it so well it hurt. It was all my fault. I had gotten Kazuki and Kurisu involved just to save my own life. What should I do? What was I supposed to do?
選択肢なんて
Well, time to get a gun.
あるわけない。
Go to the gun store. I don't know if there's any gun stores in Japan. I mean, you know, gun laws is much more strict in Japan. but you might be. I don't know. I don't know if there is, because in other countries, there definitely is like strict gun laws and everything, but there could still be gun stores, just not as much. You could still like get a license, it's just more restricted and everything. And the most you could do is like hunting. Maybe you could like I don't know, find some place, go to a hunting store, at least grab some kind of weapon. They have the D sword, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I had no way of fighting against Wakui. Both Kazuki and I were powerless. But if we didn't go to the meeting spot, Kurisu would be killed. It didn't matter whether Wakui intended to keep his promise. Well, actually, I'm thinking, well, there's one place in Japan that you could guarantee a gun. That would be the police, right? The police station. Assuming you can crack into their, like, weapons locker, which, I mean, Takeru can do. He has, like, kinetic powers, right? He can unlock locks. So go in there, grab a shotgun, pump it, and add some, shells, and go in with full body armor and go boom, 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 flashbang out. Anyway, now, it didn't matter whether Wakui intended to keep his promise. Our only choice was to do what he said. But
殺されに来いって言ってるようなものじゃないか。
just imagining it made my knees shake too much for me to stand up. But I guess we're not gonna do that though. We're not gonna like go full in riot gear, I guess. My life was going to end soon. It had been a short life. I had never thought it would end like this. Where had things gone wrong?
助けたい。
は？
のの先輩、助けたい。
Just this once, she didn't say maybe. I was dragging furniture. Someone's dragging furniture. Probably my neighbor again. I don't know why they're doing that. Anyway. But it was impossible. She'd seen for herself how scary Wakui was. There's nothing we could do. If we tried to hurt him and pissed him off, he might do something even worse to us. Or better, just let him kill us.
ナイトハルトなら。ナイトハルトならなんとかしてくれるかも。
Maybe he could, but he always seemed really shady. I couldn't imagine him agreeing to help us like that. It would really be Deus Ex Machina, Main character from the last game just comes out and is like, hey, I'm the best, I'm the best. Now I will use my superpowers and defeat the bad guy for you. Bye-bye. I'm just like this weird cameo that appears suddenly, and then I'm leaving now, but goodbye. Still, we decided to talk to him anyway. There wasn't enough time to think about it, so we headed straight back to Kazuki's dorm. She loaded up ESO2 on her PC immediately. Nightheart was logged in like usual. She quickly sent a message to open a chat log. Yo, you're safe? I was sure you were dead. I'm still alive. Only for a few more hours though, or we're gonna die. Or give me the short version. Wakui took a girl from our club. We go to him at noon. Otherwise she dies. Oh, you're fucked. Okay.
なんだよこの人。
Our lives were at risk here. How could he be so relaxed? I felt like punching the computer screen. What's your plan? Help us! We don't have a plan. We're idiots. Kotawaru! I refuse. What? What? Nani? This is going nowhere. You monster. Bakemono. Sorry, I'm not as useful as you guys think I am. I'm a lot less useful than your average normie, Ryazu. I used to be pretty powerful. But at the end of the last fight, I wasn't even human anymore. I lost relevance to the plot. I gave up my power to come back from that. And now I can't use it anymore. How much of that did you just make up? If you want to accuse me of watching too much anime, go for it. Anyway, Waku's goal is to get at me. I'm completely powerless, so no way in hell am I going. I've got problems of my own. Like buying that figurine. No, I can't just drop everything and come to Shibuya. Who are you really? I'm not important. What's important is Wakui. I told you yesterday that he's an assassin for the Committee of 300, right? He's nothing like the Chaos Child Syndrome patients that showed up after the Shibuya quake. He's more like me, okay? So he's just a full-on gigglomaniac? Yeah. 100% pure gigglomania. Whatever. He's not as strong as I used to be, but he's still a powerful gigglomaniac. To be honest, you Chaos Child Syndrome patients don't stand a chance. What's Chaos Child Syndrome? That's been referenced many times. It means you're a psychic. Too lazy to explain more. Okay, well. We kind of like... We can guess just from that, but anyway. So basically you're telling us to die? Well, the Committee of 300 has designated you an enemy of the whole world, you see. So there's no way you can escape. And that's what Waku said too. I don't know if he's gonna kill you, but if he gets his hands on you, you're not gonna like what happens. You've got 3 options. You can abandon your friend or run away, buy yourselves another day or 2 before you get caught. You can surrender to Waku and beg him to spare your friend, and that's not gonna work. But in Waku's case, there's a good chance he's not gonna do that. The villain never does that. And your last choice, the odds are incredibly low, but you can fight Waku and try to turn the tables. Well, there's a way to fight him. Can we win? The odds are pretty much 0. The same odds as drinking soda and not burping. But if you can pull it off, you'll have a shot to turn things around. I mean, that's the anime choice, you know? Never tell me the odds. Never tell me the odds. It was hard to tell Nightheart was serious or joking. But both Kazuki and I were willing to bet on the smallest possible chance. Isn't it always like that? It's always like that in anime. Even though it's like a very small chance, it always happens because that's the interesting thing. I mean, that's how it's written, right? Whether or not it's actually likely doesn't matter, as long as it's interesting or the heroes win, I guess, then it'll just happen. Oh. I can't even read that part. Oh well. We looked at one another. This was an amazing coincidence. I feel like there was a faint light shining down on us from above. Did we know about the sumo stickers? That was a stupid question. We knew all about them. Until a short while ago, we've been obsessed with them. Okay. So what can we do? The sumo stickers, huh? The sumo stickers. There are a lot of them in Shibuya. Don't you know about them? I know them. Know them about them. Good, that makes things faster. There are basically 2 types of sumo stickers in Shibuya. You'll use the ones the Committee 300 put up. Good so far? I mean, yeah, we can use... We kind of use it as weapons as well. We can use it against other psychics. I was thinking about using those before. Against like other people who are like egomaniacs trying to mind control. I don't know if it works against Sakuma though, but what about good so far? So different about design. The stickers put up by the committee have the power to weaken Gilgamesh and Chaos Child Syndrome patients. I do think I got sick of looking at them. That's the effect you're looking for. It does nothing to people without power though. And well, you use the stickers for your own benefit. You weaken Wakui. You slowly, tantalizingly strip off your shirt, and then you be Wakui. Okay. You put on your shirt and leave. Okay. The end. Alright. You know, just strip. There's no reason for me to take off my shirt. Who would have thought that a sumo stickers held such a secret? So that's why I felt sick when I saw them. I think we kind of learned this already in the main route, but I guess maybe we didn't know exactly, how to utilize them until now. Maybe the Committee of 300 wouldn't expect us to use their sumo stickers against them, but... Well, we gotta get help from our friend, Someone who isn't affected by sumo stickers. Probably Ito, assuming he still isn't mind controlled by Sakuma. Or at least someone else. I don't know, some friend. Shinjo, if he's still around. Or maybe Mio, but it's kind of unlikely. She doesn't like us in general, so I don't know if she'll help us. She does, well, Kurosato, she does hate the Committee 300, however. So if we could just call her up and say, hey, by the way, Wakui, he's like an assassin of the committee. If you could help us gather some sumo stickers, we can capture him, and then you can interrogate him instead and get some information on the committee. Kurosato, Mio, maybe? I don't know, that's the plan.
それでどうやって涌井みたいな化け物の力を弱体化させられるっていうんだ。
聞いてみる。
What exactly do we do? Well, the only way is to use Kazuki's powers, right? Well, it's not the only way, but it's not gonna be that easy. It's not gonna be that easy. Yeah, I know. I also, there's a time limit, so I guess we can't really get Mio at this point. He's gonna be, you know. Like I said, the odds are good as drinking a soda and not burping, but you wanna be Echo, you gotta work with what you got. Okay. So, I guess. You gotta be willing to take on the whole world. The plan is to summon them? Because your last sub's probably not gonna work. Whether you're willing to try it anyway, just because you want to survive. That's up to you, not me. Kazuki is just kind of like RNG, you know? Gacha ticket, summon, and then maybe get a sumo sticker, or maybe get Mapo Tofu, I don't know. So we were wasting our time. I expected as much. I was saying before that, yeah, Kurosato Mio, she could help us, but only if we had more time. I guess at this point, we have like, you know, at most it was like 3 hours, right? I wonder if that's enough time. Probably not, I guess. But what you could do is like, you could gather like a giant sumo sticker, like a really big one, and project it on the screen, you know? Maybe that'll help make it like stronger. I don't know. I don't know if size has anything to do with the effect of the sumo sticker. I guess, with the Rorschach, whatever, the 11 for Rorschach. There's 11 for 12, I can't remember now. Anyway. I expected as much. We're all gonna die. There was no way to use Kazuki's power to pull that off. You know, cut to like an hour later, while like Kazuki literally just summons a million sumo stickers. Because, I mean, come on. It's totally gonna happen. One of the reasons this had even happened in the first place was that she couldn't control her power. I collapsed to the ground. Giving up made me feel a little bit better. I didn't want to die, of course, but I could at least be calmer than when I was dealing with the fear. And then when I was dealing with the fear.
おしまいだ。僕らどうやっても死ぬんだ。クルスだって見逃してもらえると思う。そんなわけないだろ。何をしたって殺されるさ。どうしようもないんだ。考えてみたら、今のこの渋谷の状況は元を正せば僕のエゴのせいだし、最初から潔く死んでおけばよかったんだよ。そうさ、僕が生きてるのが間違ってるんだ。お前はあの時学校で僕なんか助けなければよかったんだ。
Kazuki punched the wall hard. The sound echoed loudly in the quiet room. I could hear her gritting her teeth.
私の力が大嫌いだけど。
Yeah, that's right. Kazuki was always the type of girl who was open with her emotions. She used to punch the wall all the time when she was playing her game, yes.
でも私、ノノ先輩、助けたい。助けたいよ。
Tears ran down her face as she told me how she felt.
新聞部、ノノ先輩に誘ってもらってすごく嬉しかった。あの部室にいられるの救いだった。ノノ先輩に本当感謝してる。だから私助けたい。見捨てたくない。
助けたいって言ったってどうするつもりだよ。どうすることもできないよ。力をコントロールできるのか。できないだろ。できなかったから今こんなことになってるんだろ。
We're just blaming her now? I guess we're really angry, I guess, frustrated.
わかってるよ。だけどノノ先輩、どうなってもいいの。私、後のことなんか知らない。考えたくない。今の私のクエストはノノ先輩を助けることだけ。
Gotta get those experience points to level up. Quest? This wasn't a game. Oh, I mean, ironic again. And she was never gonna finish that quest unless she sacrificed herself. When she was done talking, all she did was cry.
カズキってすごい負けず嫌いだな。
She nodded as she rubbed her eyes with the back of her hand. She was aware of that, it seemed. She hated to lose, which is why she was always so serious when she played her games. But would that be enough to make her want to go so far to help another person?
なあカズキ、なんでお前はあの時僕を助けてくれたんだ。
By the way, what was Kurisu's power again? Can't remember. I don't know if she mentioned it, but we just know that she can summon like the weapon and everything, but we don't know if she's like a chaos child, I guess, and that's the title of the game, I guess. Or is she just also another like pure gigalomania, you know, where she just do anything she wants? I don't really remember. What was it? I don't know if she mentioned it. Because I'm thinking, like, can she help, you know? I mean, that's another factor we actually don't know. If Kurisu can help up as well.
新聞部だから。
Oh well. It was a very simple answer, almost disappointingly so. To me, Kazuki was just a quiet, unfriendly girl that Kurisu had brought to the club. Unfriendly? I don't think she's unfriendly. You know, unfriendly would mean, like, she would, like, you know, intentionally, you know, avoid any kind of like social contact, you know. Anytime you say, "Hi, Kazuki," and then she like glares at you or something, that would be unfriendly. I don't think she does that, so I don't know why she called it unfriendly. But anyway, she was always playing her games, and she never talked, so honestly, I kind of tried to avoid her. The most I ever thought of her was that she was sometimes useful in putting together the data Ito and I had gathered on the computer. To me, she'd barely even been part of the newspaper club.
喋らない私なんかに居場所与えてくれた。何も言わないのに置いてくれた。そんな先輩たちのこと結構好きだから。
I liked you all, you know?
タクル
Not
先輩
you
のこと
specifically.
も
Oh.
もちろん。だから先輩困ってたら後輩として助けたい。
She was a much kinder girl than I ever imagined. She probably couldn't refuse when someone asked her for help. When she felt like someone had been kind to her, she would never forget it. Isn't that the cliche? That's, again, I keep saying that, but like, there's this trope where like the main character is like nice to a girl, and then that's it. That's his entire like story, and they somehow fall in love just because of that. I don't know. Anyway, it's very common in a lot of harem animes. After talking to her, I finally understood who Kazuki Hana was.
助けたいか。
If we wanted to save Kurisu and damage Wakui, we would need to plunge the entire world into chaos, and then die before we fixed any of it. Okay? Plunge the entire world into chaos. The odds were incredibly low. Even Kazuki didn't know what would happen when she used her power.
どうせダメ元なんだからやってみてもいいかもしれないな。
You really have a better plan, though. I mean, Takeru can do something, right? You have, like, powers. Can't you do anything, no?
タクル先輩。
やろう僕らで。
うん。
Kazuki smiled in relief with tears in her eyes. I didn't feel any better about it, though. If someone wanted to take my place, I'd gladly switch. Well, I would take your place. Because I would know, you know, meta knowledge about my powers, and I would simply rip off Wakui's arms, you know, just like that one delusion where we, you know, use our powers for evil and everything. But maybe not. But there's some small chance that at least Kurisu could survive. Maybe it was just a little better than letting him kill us. I left the dorm. We talked for a while about how, exactly, we were going to face Wakui, until there was just an hour left before the time he'd given. Fear filled my chest. I took deep breaths so that I could stay calm. There wasn't much we could do. More than anything, if we wanted to use Kazuki's power to its fullest, we needed to go someplace with a lot of people. The most populated place in Shibuya right now was Hikario. Actually, every other place in Shibuya was empty. Oh yeah, there was still some people from Miyashita Park that was like, I guess they're around. I was thinking like, there's no people around, but there's still a few, and we could use Kazuki's power in such a place maybe and manifest whatever she needs to manifest, which is, I guess, the sumo stickers. Ito had told me yesterday that people without any home except Shibuya had taken the place over. We were lucky that Wakui had told us to go there. Now we're going to Hikario again, in the same place we went to in the final location in the main route as well, in the final, like, confrontation, I guess. The plan was to arrive early and just have Kazuki say as many words as possible. Just say everything. If something happened, good for us. It wasn't even fair to call this a plan. But with only an hour left, there was nothing else we could do, so the plan is to rely on RNG,
お待たせかもです。
Kazuki came out of the dorm.
ちゃんと着替えたのか？
下着とスカートだけかも。
ああ、そう。
Weren't you guys still stinky from the piss? Anyway, Kazuki had wet herself when Wakui had attacked her, so I made her change. This time you should maybe wear a diaper, some preparation, wear a diaper. It would have been better if she switched into something easier to move around in, but for some reason she was still in her uniform because it's just easier to have, You don't want to like change any sprites. It'll be too hard. Well, I displayed the map. I displayed the map on my Pokecom. It was a photo of the map in the club room I taken yesterday. If we wanted to get to Hikario, we have to avoid the monsters appearing from the portal device. The fastest and safest route from the Hikario Dorm 1 to the station was... Oh, I guess maybe, if we like chose... I don't know, I don't know if I did it right. Like maybe if we did this part wrong, this is where we get a bad end, I think. That's what I'm assuming. So I wonder, like, I don't know if I did it right. If I did it wrong, I might have like lost, like right now. I don't know. So after all that, we just get eaten by a monster. No. Subway tunnel. Next to Miyashita Park. Go on the ground. History Hikario. Kazuki nodded and slowly offered me a piece of dried squid. Did you want me to eat it?
これが最後の晩餐とはね。
I gratefully took the squid from Kazuki and bit into it. The unique smell and taste filled my mouth. This is just him eating. Okay. Yum yum. As I felt like I was starting to cry, Kazuki grabbed me by the arm. Her tiny body was still shaking. We were gonna die, of course, so of course she was. She may have hated to lose, but that didn't mean she wasn't scared. I patted her lightly on the back to encourage her, then started to lead the way. But our plan quickly hit a stumbling block. Our investigation yesterday hadn't found any portals around here, but...
やっぱりある。
We concealed ourselves as we looked down from the pedestrian bridge onto Meiji Street. 5 huge dragons covered in yellow and black scales were stopping up and down the block. When I looked in the direction of the station, I could see the distinctive light of a portal device 50 meters ahead of us. Did I do this wrong? I don't know. Maybe I did this wrong. Now we're gonna get eaten by dinosaurs, or dragon dinosaur things, I don't know. Went back to the park and hid.
一昨日はなかったはずなんだ。あんな目立つところにあったなら見逃すはずがない。
じゃあ
昨日から今日にかけて出現したんだろうな。
So what do we do now? How are we supposed to get to Hikario? There wasn't much time left.
ポータル装置は渋谷駅をぐるっと取り囲むようにして出現している。光は駅のすぐ東側。電車は使えない。渋谷駅には電車は来ない。
多少無理するしかないかも。正面突破的な。
確かにポータル装置の半径100メートル以内に入っても絶対に襲われるっていうわけじゃない。 見つからないようにして素早く駆け抜ければ。
What if, for example, we were to run from our present location, the back of the Miyashita Park Management Office, over the pedestrian bridge, down the stairs into the subway entrance? I assume like over here somewhere? Or,
いや危険すぎる。
ん
Kazuki tilted her head at me in confusion. Why was it so dangerous? Time for a lecture.
あの化け物どもの身体能力ははっきり分かってないだろう。何しろ元はゲームの中にいたモンスターなんだ。
私ゲームじゃ何度も戦ってる。
そういう問題じゃないから。ゲームで戦うのと現実で戦うのはわけが違うんだ。あいつらが本気出した時の足の速さとか狡猾さを僕らは好みで体感してない。それに仮に路上をうろついている奴らをやり過ごしたとして地下鉄の駅の中に他の化け物がいないとは限らない。いざそうなった時退路がなくなる。地上に戻るわけにはいかなくなるんだから。それは想定される中で最悪の事態だ。
Which was another reason I wanted to approach things from a safe spot. If we died before we could use Kazuki's power, there would be no point. We wouldn't be able to save Kurisu or hurt Wakui.
うん。
Kazuki seemed to agree. I loaded the map image back onto my Pokecom.
最寄り駅まで遠回りしている時間的な余裕もそんなにない。
I thought about heading down the tracks from Shinsen, Dakanyama, or Omotesando stations, but that wasn't realistic. Those stations were still running. If one of the staff caught us sneaking onto the tracks, we might lose valuable time. Was there any other way? I glared at the map, stared at it.
地図上では抜け道はあるように見える。
On the map, at least. The 100-meter radius around the portal device was just a safe zone the police had established. If we use it as a base to look at where in Shibuya was safe to travel, as long as we can get through the Seibo department store right next to the Tatsuya, we can make it out into the Scramble Crossing, and we had Kazuki's D-sword to do that. Okay. Go past there and go here. Go over there. That's Hikario right there. Okay. There are no portal devices in Scramble Crossing as of yesterday. A new one might have appeared, but the whole area was a complex maze, both above and below ground, and we might be able to escape.
ここ道路。
Kazuki looked at the route I showed her and quickly nodded. The sky was a cheerful blue, but beneath it, the buildings were as quiet as the dead. As we ran through the streets, I could hear the distant howls of the monsters. I feel like I'd become a character in a video game, you don't say. We were going through a tiny safe area, dodging between the various danger spots. And that safe area was just something I thought up quickly, and hadn't had a long time to think about. There's no guarantee at all it was actually safe. The streets of knowing that a monster might leap out at us in any minute started to wear me down. But still. We broke open the shutter at Sable Department Store and ran through the building, and across the abandoned Scramble Crossing and under the bridge, and somehow managed to reach the Hikario. Well, there you go. I assume I did the whole map thing correctly, because otherwise we will be dead by now, I assume. Alright, so we avoided the weird dragon things, and got to Hikario, where we're all just gonna die, I guess, you know? Oh well. Somehow managed to reach Hikario. The door was wide open, and I could see how many homeless people inside, or I could see many homeless people inside. I hadn't seen this many people together for days. There were hundreds of them. Some were sleeping on beds made of cardboard, and others were enjoying a lunchtime banquet of drinks and snacks. All the voices overlapped into a chaotic spiral of noise. I felt strangely at home. Kazuki and I looked at each other.
これだけの数の人がいれば十分だろう。準備はいい。
You know, you would think Wakui would prepare for this, you know, considering he knows about Kazuki's power. I don't know. We had less than 15 minutes until noon.
やれ。
Kazuki took a deep breath.
超強い力士シール。
Super strong sumo sticker. and scream into the Hikario.
超強い力士シール
Again,
超強い力士シール
again and again.
超強い力士シール
All the people gathered at the Hikario were staring in shock at this teenage girl who showed out of nowhere and started shouting nonsense at them. All the noise in the entrance hall faded into dead silence. You know what you could do? I mean, her power works when two people think of the same image through the power of her words, right? I mean, she could like not yell at us, you know, not yell at these people and actually like maybe give a little speech, you know? The best way to stoke someone's imagination is to simply tell them a story, right? Just, you know, just go with a microphone and tell everyone the story about her like favorite sumo sticker and how like and describe it and everything, right? That'd probably be the easier way to like actually use her power for something rather than just screaming at people. But I don't know. Well, all the noise in the entrance hall faded into dead silence.
超強い力士シール
How you say 超強い力士シール or something. Kazuki's voice was the only thing you could hear.
超強い力士シール
Rikishi seal. You say Rikishi seal? Seal? Choi suyoi? Rikishi seal? It sounded like some kind of gag. She only screamed the one phrase. Her goal was to imprint as deeply as she could into the minds of the people here. You know, just screaming like a slogan. That was the best plan we've come up with in the short amount of time we had. You know, probably one of the best ways to like use her power is to invoke like actual slogans, actually, you know? Like, you know, like McDonald's, for example. What's their slogans? Like, I'm loving it, or something like that? I don't know. It would invoke the mind of people thinking about hamburgers, and then hamburgers would drop from the sky, you know, something like that. Like, so any kind of like image that people already see in real life, something that's universal and something that people see in commercials in particular. I mean, that's how marketing works, actually. They just repeat something for like repeat something a lot of times, you know, and have as much appeal, I guess. Not really appeal, but like, you know, as much exposure, I guess, as much as possible, so that people, when they think of a certain word, the image comes to mind, and therefore they're more likely to buy a product or whatever. Or that's the idea, anyway. She could use that to her advantage, maybe. Oh well. That was the best plan we could come up with in the short amount of time we had. You should have talked to a marketing agent, you know? Maybe she could control the power that way. There might have been a better way, but as exhausted and stressed out as we were, it didn't seem likely that we'd be able to come up with it. Of course, I didn't expect this plan to work. It was barely even a plan at all. But even so, since Kazuki's power couldn't be controlled, there was no telling what exactly it could do. The possibilities were infinite. In the same way it created those portal devices all around Shibuya, and the monsters that came with them, maybe it would do something we didn't expect. My hope that it would create a sumo sticker stronger than all the ones in Shibuya combined. At this point, it was all luck. I had no idea what would happen. Maybe nothing would. There wasn't much time left at all until noon. These last 10 minutes were all we had left. All we could hope for was that something would appear that would help us fight Wakui. There was barely anything I could do. Except maybe stay here with Kazuki.
強い力士シール
Siiru! He's vibrating as she coughs. Choi suyoi rikishi siiru. Choi suyoi rikishi siiru. Kazuki must have heard her voice from screaming so much, she suddenly started to cough and heave. But she kept yelling. We should get some water.
超強い力士シール超強い力士シール超強い力士シール
Choi suyoi rikishi siiru.
時間だ。
Kazuki gasped and fell silent.
もういいんだ。
Nothing had happened yet. Nothing happened. That was the reality. There just wasn't enough time for Kazuki's power to create something.
和樹はよくやったよ。
We lost our chance to fight back, and at this rate, we wouldn't be able to save Kurisu either. The regret threatened to overwhelm me, but I couldn't run away now. I had to go. I told myself that I couldn't stop here.
ごめんな和樹。僕を助けたばっかりにこんなことになって。
一緒に。
Kazuki whispered and softly took my hand. I gripped her hand back, lewd, hand-holding. Her warmth made me feel better, just a little bit better. Or maybe her warmth made me feel just a little bit better, rather. I don't know, I read that weird. The only good thing about this was that Kazuki said she'd stay with me until the end. Otherwise, I might have been too scared to go. Now look up. Go to Wakui. That's your last chance to save Kurisu. The homeless men were still looking at us in shock. We ignored them and headed for the elevators, still holding each other's hands. Okay.